Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of the playlist where I'm going to talk theory. I'm going to try to make you guys smarter, better Halo Infinite players. So, first thing you need to understand is what is your role? Now, your role is going to change. And to keep it simple, in Husky Raid, let's just say there's someone who's mid, who can shoot, who's giving a lot of information to the team, and someone who's spawn raiding in the base with some type of like a melee weapon or like a shotgun or something. And what they're trying to do is cause as much mayhem as possible, try to kill as many as they can, giving mid the opportunity to grab the flag. Now, at any time, your role will change. You should be able to do both. You should be very good at doing callouts, which we'll talk about more in other videos. You should be a very good shot. You should be able to pick up any weapon and support whoever's in that base. Now, your mid people generally, I'm that type. I like to be mid. I feel like I'm a good shot. I have a mic, so I do call outs. I try to get as much information in my team as I can. And I like cutting angles and supporting my team as much as I can, grabbing the flag and going. That doesn't mean I can't spawn raid, right? That doesn't mean if my raider dies, I don't jump in there to try to make sure that we still have an opportunity to grab a flag. And spawn raiders, you might grab the flag, throw the flag, so that your mid tier or your mid team can grab it and go. But, your main goal is to cause as much mayhem as you can. So we're just going over some brief things, and I'm using the Ronin map just because it's really a simply laid out map. What you need to understand is either role, you're going to have your rotations. Either role, you're going to have certain positions you're going to want to sit in each map. And we will go over each weapon, each map, everything. But again, for today, let's just try to keep this simple. So Ronin is basically a box with bases on either side, right? We have stairwells. We have balconies and all kinds of stuff, but we're talking stairwells here, right? We have the bridge that goes across the middle. There's pillars, there's all kinds of stuff, but again, we're not diving that deeply into it. I just want to give you kind of a brief idea of what you should be doing or thinking about if you're in a certain role. So if you pick up a precision rifle, like a stalker rifle, a sniper, unless you have a teammate you can confidently just give that weapon to, you are now a mid person, right? Even if you have a hammer, you need to support from a long distance. So you got to be thinking, where can I sit and have angles that can keep us alive? So, first place is right when you spawn. I'm going to try to tuck into one of these corners because I'm assuming I don't have a drop wall. If I have a drop wall, everything changes, right? And we'll talk more about, utilities and things like that. If I spawn back base, I'm going to be shooting from the base if I can. Now, if possible, and I like to rotate, right? I will either rotate counterclockwise. So wherever I spawn, I'm going to try to head to the stairs, which are actually lower than this. I'm going to try to head to the stairs. I actually have the map backwards. I'm going to try to head to the stairs and either cut along the balconies, which are going to be right about here, right here, when I get out of the stairs. Or I'm going to just drop down and maybe make a play for the flag, but I don't do that often. And the reason being is on these balconies, right where the spawn is, right where the team spawn is. So they're going to spawn anywhere in here, here, back here a little. So these are their spawns, right? This green box right here is a trap, right? I can sit up there and I'm just about to look at it in this video. I'll sit there and shoot for a while because I can see most of the spawns, but I can watch the flag. If the flag's open, I'm going for it. And then I'm going to try to rotate tight. Maybe I'll take their stairwell and come this way through the bridge and down. Maybe I'm going to go under the bridge and try to come this way. But keep in mind, there is a balcony right here. And if you're trying to juggle it, you can hit that balcony. So just keep in mind. And again, I'm trying to support my raiders. They're in there killing, trying to cut as many angles as I can. Or let's say maybe I want to rotate the magenta way. I want to rotate this way. Maybe I cut the balcony, cut into their stairs, which is the direction I'm going in this video behind this image here. Because I can sit on a balcony right about here, right? So I can see the flag. I can see the flag. I can see the spawns that would happen here, right? And I can just wait. I know by me there's some spawns, and sometimes with your motion sensor, you can see them, you can drop down, you can kill them. But again, I'm trying to support as much as I can from these angles, so I need those precision rifles. So let's talk about the raiders, and then we'll see just some like basic clips and rotation. So if you're raiding, so your whole objective is to get in there and try to spawn raid as much as you can. Your priority is certainly counting spawns, and I can't emphasize this enough. If you're a mid to flag grabber type person, you're thinking accuracy, timing for that flag. If you're a spawn raider, you're going in there with a hammer, you need to know every 8 seconds after you kill somebody, they're going to respawn. So as soon as you kill that first person, start counting in your head, because your mid people might be too preoccupied with trying to get the flag, protect the flag carrier, than to worry about giving you callouts. So oftentimes you are kind of the lone wolf in this situation. It is nice if you can have multiple spawners in, and we'll talk about that in a second. But the number one thing you can do is understand, how do I count these spawns? The second thing, and we'll talk about this more with equipment, is make sure that with your thruster, you are not doing sprint. As soon as you sprint, the cloak turns off. But if you're not sprinting and you hit thruster and you're just running, your cloak will stay on longer. It makes it a lot harder for your opponents to see you. So if you're a spawn, if you're going to try to spawn raid, right? Chances are, maybe you spawn in your base. You're going to head to your closest stairwell. You might even drop in under the balcony and come in this way. And your goal is to get back into their base. I know it seems like, oh, what I should do is try to get everybody. But no, you're so open to all of the angles. If you're trying to spawn in this orange area or spawn raid, you need to get into their base as much as you can, because if you know this base or this map at all, is here and here are windows. That's about that in the entry here. That's about all their teammates can help kill you, right? So we're thinking they could spawn, under the balcony over here, maybe in this back corner, in their base somewhere. And here in these balconies as well. The goal is to try to cut as many sight lines as you can so you can stay alive as long as possible. If as you're going in, you realize there's someone else behind you, it's a great opportunity to try to pull the flag if you got a chance and just drop it on the ground. Let someone mid, let the next person worry about it. Because if you pull the flag and you are in their base, you are technically giving cover fire to whoever picks up that flag, right? So keep that in mind. All of a sudden, the dynamics change. You're not only distracting the team, you're being a menace, you're being that Tasmanian devil. You're also pulling the flag, which is going to pull their attention away for a second. Someone mid, maybe they're sitting hopefully on like a balcony over here. Maybe they're crouched or coming through the stairwell, or as you see in the video here, I'm looking down at the flag right here. If you were to drop that flag, so I'll do it in purple. If you drop that flag in this zone, I can grapple that flag, and I'm already tucked in their stairwell back here, so that I can make a clean exit going this way and into the base to score. Okay, so keep that in mind. Even just pulling the flag and moving on and just dropping it gives us an opportunity to score. You are our cover fire. Now, if one of your teammates is spawn raiding currently and you're not willing or confident or whatever in doing the mid's job, then you can think about in this red zone of trying to kill. Now, what you can do is I have it marked this purple. Here, I'll make it purple arrow as well. This magenta here. This is the balcony. In the video that I'll show you, you can't quite see it right now because the tree's in the way, but there's a balcony over every base. And if you sit, so I'll make you red. If you sit on this balcony, you have a huge advantage over the team. Anybody in the green base can't see you. You can see all of the spawns, and you can use the tree for cover. So you can shoot down with a Ravager, with a sniper, with anything. You can cause so much mayhem. It's almost as effective as if you actually end up over here, which you'll see in a second, which I just highlighted. It's this balcony over here. But that's more of a mid-type person that's ready to grab the flag. Anyway, if there's a spawn raider in their base killing, and you can get on top of that balcony, you're going to keep that spawn raider alive. Now, when that person dies, you have options. Do you stay up there, which 9 times out of 10 you should. Just stay up there. You're going to still put a lot of pressure on the people in their spawn back here in this base to stay in there. Well, if they don't have a long-range rifle or even a pistol, they can't really do much. So if your teammate grabs that flag and starts heading this way, even down mid, which isn't always great, but you can do it. You know, you basically are blocking half of the team from doing anything. And then you still have great vantage point of these spawns, so you can start giving them mayhem, because their tendency, if they get shot in the back, is to turn around. They're not going to be looking at the field unless, as they get more advanced in play, they realize sometimes you just have to sacrifice your life to try to get some damage in on the flag carrier. But again, spawn raid, number 1, get into their base. Number 2, get in close to the base to still support but kill other spawns. And number 3, be a menace. You are the cover fire for this mid runner. Now, I've queued up a video of a mid-range person kind of running around this map and a spawn raider. And again, we'll do this on every map. This is just more for now. So here. So we spawn back here. Let's say we spawn back here. I'm either rotating clockwise or counterclockwise, but I'm always checking angles. I'm trying to cut sight lines. So if we see this, you can see how I'm trying to block as many sight lines over here as I can, right? This red box here. I'm trying to block as many sight lines as I can. I'm focusing over here. I'm keeping an eye out for if anybody's coming this way, and then I can move on, right? So it's clear. We're good. Now I can maybe go up on the balcony because I'm going to do a rotation. But again, keep in mind, I'm still thinking about sight lines. Who can see me? Right now, I blocked their entire base from seeing me. If anybody's behind this pillar, they can't see me. I'm basically looking over here at this spawn, trying to block over here. Because as soon as I start moving this way, this bridge becomes my new blockade, right? So as I go towards this corner, this bridge technically moves towards me, right? I'm moving towards it, it moves towards me, and then it's going to cut all of these sight lines. So as I keep running, you'll see that. But I'm checking, I'm running, you see the bridge is coming towards me, it's cutting all the sight lines. Boom, I'm out of sight. Now, I don't know what's going on. I'm hoping I've marked some things, some people are marking some things. There's usually somebody in the stairwell that I'm looking at. So oftentimes what I'll do is come out here and jump and head this way. Because sometimes I can get a ninja if maybe they're coming toward me this way. And maybe they're not expecting me to pop out. So I'll be out here. Now, I'm on this balcony. Once again, I'm actually being a little patient here. I've cut all these sight lines. They can't see me. The only people who can see me is anybody I might have killed in the stairwell or this spawn right here. If nobody saw me, I am a menace sitting right here, because as people maybe want to come towards the stairwell, because that's the instinct, is to head towards the stairwell, or maybe they're just trying to guard flag, or they're just coming this way, I'm shooting them. Then at the opportune moment, maybe there's a spawn raider, maybe there's 2 dead, 3 dead, whatever. I can literally from the balcony drop right on the flag. And then in this case, you can see I have grapples. My thought is I'm going to grab this flag and I'm going to head this way, okay? Now in this video, I'm just going to jump across. So you see me checking sight lines. I'm just going to jump across to show you this balcony. So if I came from the other angle and sat on this balcony, no one can see me from here. As I tuck into this corner here, so I'll tuck in, boom. Really nobody can see me. All they can see is a little bit of my shoulder over here, just a little bit. So perhaps if you're shooting from this window, you can see me, but otherwise only these guys can actually get me. So again, I can be a hell of a menace, especially if we have someone in the base back here killing. I'm watching these sight lines. I'm waiting for my opportune moment. As soon as I see it's clear, I'm just going to run and grab that flag, right? So I'm shooting. Oh, it's clear. We're good. Maybe I come back here to show you, again, this balcony. Sitting up here as a spawn raider is brutal. Again, you're cutting all these sight lines. These guys, they spawn. They aren't facing you. They're facing out or facing each other when they spawn, right? So they have to turn around. You're already shooting them. You got a shot or 2 in them before they actually do anything. So if you can get up here and stay up here, great. Ravengers, cinder shots, those are great. Again, I don't often recommend going down towards middle, but as a mid person, sometimes you just have to. You got to be extremely good at juggling. That is a huge part of your role, is to be good at juggling. So now if I'm a spawn raider, let's say I take a route the other way. So here we go. The spawn raider. So I've got a weapon here that I'm going to use to spawn raid. So a sword, a hammer, right? Shotgun. I'm going to drop down under, come grapple slide in, and I'm attacking, right? But my thought is I got to get into their base. I can pull the flag. I'm causing mayhem. I got to get into their base. Here I am killing all these spawns. Maybe I pick up the Ravenger. I'm causing mayhem. If my team isn't grabbing that flag, at some point that flag's got to get moved because it's going to despawn. Well, if I have grapple, maybe I'm the one running it. But sometimes spawn raiders will just throw it in the base and head back. Why? They're your cover fire. So if you ever see somebody all of a sudden throw the flag and turn around, they're not doing anything but trying to help the team. They don't care about who gets the point. They care about winning, right? So it can be so crucial if that spawn raider just throws it into your base, turns around, and starts shooting again. So again, I want you guys to really start thinking about what role am I playing right now? What is my objective? What am I trying to accomplish right this second? Am I supporting the spawn raider? Am I the spawn raider? Am I juggling the flag? Do I need to turn around and shoot? What am I doing right this instant to help the team win? Sometimes it's just simply throwing my body in the way to stop them from getting the flag. So if you guys got anything out of this video, please like and subscribe to this channel. This is just kind of an introductory of kind of how I want you to start thinking about some of these concepts. I have 20 other videos after this plan where we're going to dive deeper into these. There's going to be multiple parts just on maps, just so I can dissect like different routes you could take where some people are going to position, just so you guys can start understanding, oh, this is why I died here. What I should do is go there, or maybe I wasn't checking the sight line. I'm trying to make you guys smarter, better Halo players. So again, like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on any of that content. I'll see you guys next time.